Hi everybody, it's Harvard Lawyer Lee. Today I want to go through and do a quick summary of the closing arguments for both sides in the Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard trial. This is in case you don't have time to listen to the hours and hours that it took for the closing arguments, which were fabulous. But if you don't have time, you need something shorter. So I'm going to try to do the whole thing in 10 to 11 minutes. I will definitely leave things out. If you got a chance to watch it, please put some of those things that you thought were really important that just caught your ear as you were listening in the comments so that other people can know some of the things that I just didn't have time to include. We started off with Camille Vasquez, the attorney for one of the two attorneys for Johnny Depp. She made this quote, "What is at stake is a man's life," by which she meant Johnny Depp's career, his family, everything important to him. She said that the date of the closing argument was exactly 6 years after Amber Heard went into a California courtroom and asked for a temporary restraining order against Johnny Depp, claiming he was guilty of DV. DV, or SV, as we go through this, will be domestic or sexual, and the V stands for something that YouTube has a hard time with, but that rhymes with silence. She said that there is a victim of DV in this courtroom, but it's not Miss Heard. She talked about the fact that there were witnesses who saw injuries to Mr. Depp, unlike Miss Heard, and there was audio where Amber Heard admitted to hitting Johnny Depp, but there were no tapes where Mr. Depp admitted to hitting or punching Amber Heard. She said that Amber Heard wanted to ruin Johnny Depp. And that's why she filed for the TRO, made sure paparazzi were there, posed for them, and then also made sure that her photographs and audio tape were available to publications to disseminate around the world. She talked about Amber Heard's lies upon lies, said that she was supposed to, for example, donate $7 million, all $7 million she was receiving in the divorce settlement, and gave nowhere remotely near that, less than $1 million. But the giant lie, she said, was that Johnny Depp was an abusive monster. She said that the entire trial was a performance, the role of Amber Heard's lifetime, that there were no tears when she was supposed to cry, and there were no medical records to back up what she had to say, that she took photographs of some things, but carefully omitted photographs of her injuries, even though she claimed they were horrific. She went through a series, Camille Vasquez did, of photographs of Amber Heard taken the day after or within days of supposed serious incidents where she was abused, and showed that there were no visible injuries on those photographs. Vasquez then talked about the final big fight between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard on May 21st, 2016, where Amber Heard claims that Johnny Depp threw a phone at her. She argued that Amber Heard's photographs are not to be trusted, that they may have been manipulated, and she talked about Isaac Baruch following up and saying that Amber Heard did not have a bruise that next week. A photograph taken just one day after the hearing for the TRO also shows Amber Heard without a bruise, even though the day before she had a very significant one. By the way, before I forget, if you're enjoying the video, please subscribe. I'd love to have you come back for more videos. And be sure to turn on the notifications button because I'll be coming out as soon as the court breaks with what the verdict is going to be. Camille Vasquez closed by saying, this is an all-or-nothing case for the jury. Either you believe every single thing that Amber Heard said, or you believe that she is a liar and she cannot be trusted. Ben Chu for Johnny Depp then got up and talked about damages and more about the law. He said, "You come to know the real Amber Heard. Scary." He said that before Amber Heard came along, no woman had claimed that Johnny Depp had ever raised a hand to her, and furthermore, no one had come up since, even after the op-ed, to claim that Johnny Depp had abused her. He argued that this is Me Too without the Me Too. Johnny Depp, he said, is not an abuser and doesn't deserve to have his life destroyed. Furthermore, the lies, he said, have grown and metastasized, he called it, over time. It had completely wrecked Johnny Depp's family and his career. He had lost the $22.5 million deal he had pending for Pirates 6. And it was impossible to get him a studio film after that. The Me Too movement is important, he said, but it's not for Miss Heard, it's for real survivors. And while Amber Heard may not have actually written personally the title of the op-ed in the Washington Post that accused Johnny Depp of SV, technically it didn't accuse Johnny Depp of SV. It said she was a victim of SV. But she did retweet that article and never said anything about that title being inaccurate or not believing it. He argued that she did it with malice, meaning that she knew it was false or had a reckless disregard for whether or not it was true. He asked the jury to give Johnny Depp his reputation and his career back. Amber Heard's attorney, Ben Rottenborn, then got up and argued that the First Amendment gave Miss Heard the right to say what she said in the op-ed, that she was talking about an important national issue of DV. He said, all you have to ask yourself is whether or not this was a hit piece on Johnny Depp, and if it wasn't, that's it. That's all you have to know. The headline, he said, that refers to SV was only on the online article. She didn't write it. She didn't approve it. And forwarding a link is not the same as publication. She didn't add any content, he argued. Johnny Depp's team argued she did add her own words to it. Probably the most important thing that Ben Rottenborn argued was that if Amber was abused even one time, she wins. And he included under that any kind of abuse, financial, sexual, domestic, psychological, anything. So he said, for example, if you believe that Johnny Depp hit a wall, if you believe he destroyed her closet, if you believe he punched a wall, screamed, threw things, any of that, then Amber Heard wins. He went through a litany of the accusations that Amber Heard made against Johnny Depp and then made this quote. He said, the issue is Johnny's abuse of Amber and not the other way around. And this was the quote. Amber, he was talking about the finger that Johnny Depp partially lost his fingertip. And he said, Amber could have chopped it off with an axe and it has nothing to do with whether or not Mr. Depp abused her. Focusing the jury on the idea that what matters is Johnny Depp's abuse of Amber, not the other way around. As for Johnny Depp's damages, Ben Rottenborn argued that Disney didn't even have a copy of this op-ed, so he didn't lose anything because of the op-ed. If he lost Pirates 6, if he lost other films, it's because of his conduct when he was doing the other films. Tell him to move on with his life, he asked the jury, and let Amber move on with hers. Elaine Bredehoff then got up for Amber Heard and pointed out that the court has ruled that Johnny Depp cannot recover damages for harm that occurred after November 2nd, 2020, which is when the UK trial happened. The UK case gave him the chance to get his reputation back, Elaine Bredehoff argued, and the jury needs to compensate Amber Heard for the, quote, pure hell she has been through. She talked about the statements then, turning to the counterclaim that Amber Heard has against Johnny Depp. She talked about the statements that Johnny Depp's attorney, Alan Waldman, made in several publications. That Waldman said Amber Heard was making up fake SV allegations and that Depp knew all about it because both Depp and Waldman went together to that publication, the Daily Mail, and gave them 2 spliced audio tapes just 2 months before Waldman issued the quotes. How do you know there's malice, Elaine asked? You look at the fact that Johnny Depp painted over canvases of art that Amber loved, that he destroyed pictures of her friends, that he tore her nightgown and wrapped meat in it, raw meat in it, that after the UK trial, his attorney claimed that Amber Heard was being looked at for perjury charges in LA, which was untrue, Bredehoff argued. Waldman also stated to the Daily Mail that after the police came and found nothing, that Amber and her friends got their story straight, spilled some wine, messed the place up, and called the police again. That is a more problematic issue for Johnny Depp based on the body cam of the police. Now, Elaine Bredehoft then turned to the final confrontation where I.O. Tillett Wright was on the phone with Amber Heard, and she started screaming and claims Johnny Depp threw a phone at her. At the time, her friend Rocky came over, and Bredehoft probably should have spent some more time on this since it was some of the most emotional testimony of the case. The damages, Elaine argued, are going to be difficult to prove, but that's why the law allows us to presume them. Amber Heard had her role in Aquaman cut and was not able to renegotiate her contract. She lost charity work, could not meaningfully do some of the things she'd been hired to do to promote L'Oreal, for example, and most importantly, didn't get new opportunities that she would have gotten based on how successful Aquaman was. Elaine Bredehoft asked for $47 to $50 million in damages and $350,000 in punitive damages. Camille's rebuttal response was that Amber Heard has lied too many times to too many people. And furthermore, she's made up new stories. For example, all of the SV stories came out after Johnny Depp filed his lawsuit against her. Even at trial, Camille pointed out, one brand new claim was made. She argued any damages that Amber Heard had were caused by the mountain of negative press based on her own comments, and that there was no real evidence that she had PTSD. It was really good final argument by both sides, and over the next few days, we will be learning what the jury decides. They'll start their deliberations again on Tuesday, and we'll find out more. See you in the next video.